Even though these 4 volunteers had their own hidden talents, all of us have our talents inside of us. As we have our talents, it's time for us to transport ourselves to a special place we like to call State Convention. At State Convention, you'll see those 2 boys, Bobby and Armando, as well as me and the other 2 girls on our team, and Luke. Can't forget about Luke. He's the one touching the gavel and like making things work. But I mean, that all works, right? Now that we have all of our acts, in a moment, a video will be displayed on the screen, and you will all be hypnotized to the greatest place on planet Earth, Anaheim, California. And you will be able to unlock your talents and all of your potential. Once the video plays, we will all be hypnotized.
Everybody come together, fight for something besides yourself. Community, immunity, be the best ever.
I thought that hypnotist show was fun and entertaining. Just wait. In just 2 short months, we will be having the 90th State Convention, held at the very first time in Anaheim, California!
At State Convention, we will have the 2 keynote speakers, Brett Culp and Jesse LeBeau. Along with us at State Conference, we will have the 2 visiting National State Officers, our Eastern Region Vice President, as well as our National FFA President, Brianna Holbert!
These 4 volunteers were able to start their talents, but we all have the opportunity to initiate our talents at the 90th Annual State FFA Conference. It's time to
activate!
Hey guys, my name is Matthew Lehman. How are you guys doing today? Alright, so we just want to go over a few expectations that we have for you guys that are going to be attending State Conference so that everyone represents the Central Region in a way that exemplifies how awesome we are, right? So this year's State Convention is sure to be amazing and memorable. In an effort to keep everyone safe and promote a positive environment for all in attendance, we ask that the following guidelines be followed. The first is that your safety is our first priority. Make sure that you always travel in small groups during your stay in Anaheim. Make sure that your advisor knows where you are and has a way to contact you. The second, remember that your FFA jacket represents more than just your name on the front. Others will see your chapter's name and the bold California embroidered across the back. Let's make sure that we are leaving the public with a positive impression of our organization. Now make sure that you wear the FFA uniform with pride. Make sure that your clothing is appropriate in the size/fit or fit before leaving for the event. Please wear your FFA jacket zipped to the top and refrain from wearing hats while in uniform. During general sessions, it is always appropriate to cheer for others receiving recognition on stage, especially those that are from Central Region, right? However, let's make sure that we are being respectful in the way that we show our excitement. Please refrain from taunting chats directed at other regions. The Central Region has a long history of respectful behavior, and we want to make sure that we continue this legacy. And lastly, as always, we know that FFA members in the Central Region are among the best in the state. We appreciate your willingness to follow the guidelines so that we all have an amazing experience this year's conference. We look forward to seeing you all in Anaheim. Now I'm going to hand it over to Callie, who's going to talk about our constitutional amendments.
So before we begin talking about state convention highlights, let's give a huge round of applause to our state officers and the volunteers for that amazing performance. So I will not be speaking about amendment, that's Callie, but right now we're just going to be talking about state convention highlights and what we're going to be looking forward to as we move the 90th annual State FFA Convention to Anaheim, California for the very first time. I know we're all very excited to go to Disneyland and have an awesome time. The schedule will be slightly different as we are moving to Anaheim. Instead of starting on the normal Saturday that we start on, the conference will actually be starting Sunday night. So that's one big change. Another one, usually we have the career show on just one day. However, at Anaheim, the career show is going to be stretched over a 2-day period so that we can enjoy all the booths from the colleges and the companies and really soak in all of that information. Once again, the FFA store will open and have a wide variety of FFA gear to purchase. There will be 2 exciting keynote speakers from Jesse LeBeau and Brett Cole, and so we're very excited from those. And we will also be hearing from 2 of our visiting national officers, one of them being our very own Brianna Holberg. So I hope we're all excited for her. And then instead of a concert, we will be enjoying a private event held at Disney's California Adventure. And so who's excited for Disneyland? I know I'm excited for Disneyland to eat some churros. Yeah! This year's conference should be amazing and we can't wait to see hopefully all of you guys in April. So thank you.
Amendments for state conference. There's not that many this year, which is super great. So I'll just introduce those really quick. All right, so the first amendment is the administrator survey for state officer candidates. You can go ahead and refer to the screen to look at those. So this is amending the California State FFA bylaws by deleting the following from the State FFA bylaws, Article 2, Section 2B. The site administrator or other school administrator at an institution where the member is attending, has attended school, to combine collegiate member with alumni membership. The rationale is that the state officer candidate application requires 3 surveys at the moment that must be filled out by an advisor, regional supervisor, and school administrator for those students seeking to run for state office. The school administrator application traditionally provides the least valuable content for evaluating a candidate's capabilities. The FFA advisor and regional supervisor tend to have a better working relationship with the candidate. If the constitutional proposal is approved, state officer candidates in 2019 will no longer be required to have a school administrator survey completed with their application. If the Constitution proposal fails, state officer candidates in 2019 will continue to provide a school administrator survey completed with their application. The state staff recommends a do pass, the state FFA advisor committee recommends a do pass, and the state executive committee recommends a do pass. The second amendment is the nominating committee voting eligibility. The State FFA Advisory Committee has a neutral stance and the State Executive Committee has a do pass. The motion is to amend the California state bylaws to allow members of the California FFA State Nominating Committee to vote as a state delegate. The rationale is the state nominating committee works with the prospective candidates of state office throughout the week of state conference and therefore is most knowledgeable on the candidates' qualities to serve as a state officer. With this knowledge, they should be given one vote per member of the nominating committee to vote on the state officers. The nominating committee chair is currently the only member of the committee that is allowed to vote. If the constitutional proposal is approved, each member of the state nominating committee will have the opportunity to vote as a state delegate at state conference. If the constitutional proposal fails, the process will remain as it is now. Nominating committee members will not have the opportunity to vote on matters at state conference. Just kidding, there's one more. Okay, so the third proposal is to eliminate the $5 for charter applications. The state staff recommends a do pass, State FFA Advisory Committee recommends a do pass, and State Executive Committee recommends a do pass. Amendment proposal to the California FFA Constitution and bylaws submitted by state officers. The motion is to amend the California State FFA bylaws by deleting, quote, and shall be accompanied by a fee of $5 to cover the cost of the charter, engraving, postage, etc., end quote, from Article 1, Section B, Number 5 of the California State Bylaws. The rationale is due to the changes in operations and the fact that more items are handled electronically, the $5 fee is not necessary to process a charter application. If the constitutional proposal is approved, new FFA chapter charter applications will not need to be submitted with $5. If the constitutional proposal fails, FFA chapter charter applications will continue to be submitted with $5. So those are just a rundown of the 3 amendments that we will be proposing and voting on at state conference. So let's go ahead and welcome Renee back to the staff. Questions or clarifications that they need on those amendments? Perfect. Okay, we'll hand the stage back over to Renee.